Welcome to the Hummingbot connector demo that we are doing for Mango Markets. As you may know, we have been working on it for quite some time now. And who's us? It's Roboter AI. That's me, Mike, and Juan, who's called wojak here in Discord. He helped me tremendously a lot with implementing all of this, and also already helped me implement a few other connectors together with a few of my friends. We did the open book, or prior that Serum connector, which has been sadly not continued worked on due to a lack of funding and interest. But we saw that the Mango Markets community was very interested in doing this. So you guys can be happy to be the first protocol on Solana to receive actually a connector. And yeah, we're going to show you today how Hummingbot works, how to install it, and how to run really, let's say, professional market making strategies. Our agenda will include first building and installing Hummingbot via Docker, which is the most simplest way of installation. Later on, or after that whole workshop, we can also show you how to install Hummingbot from source if there's interest. But setting this aside, we will show you how you can set up your own market making strategy on Mango Markets using Hummingbot, and also how to do custom strategies. And after that, we'll do a Q&A, and yeah, we'll kick right off. Installing from Docker. So it is very simple. I just posted a link to the installation guide in the forum thread here in Discord. And it's a very simple tool. Basically, it's a Docker Compose file that you can use to download the images necessary. And it will download two different images. The one is the Hummingbot client, which is a Python or CPython client that is actually managing all the strategies and the trades. And the other service is the so-called Hummingbot Gateway, which is a Node.js server that is being used to connect to most of the decentralized exchanges that are currently implemented with Hummingbot, which we also did for Mango Markets here. So in general, we will check out the deployment scripts from our repository. We will use Docker Compose to launch the client and the gateway instances, configure them so that they can communicate with each other. And then after that, restart both of them so that we have them ready to trade with your wallet on Mango Markets. By the way, if there's any questions, just say something anytime, please. So yeah, these are the first steps. We can first check out the deployment scripts from our repository, and which already includes the Docker Compose file. And from there, you can just run Docker Compose upd, which will deploy the whole thing. One thing that might be important to do is to grant permissions for the Hummingbot files and gateway files folders. That allows us to, that allows basically the Docker images to, or Docker containers to directly access these directories where we can modify config files for strategies and chain specific configurations on our own machine without having to switch into the Docker container themselves and modify them there. You can also copy example custom strategies using this one-liner here, which are inside the Hummingbot instance. And these scripts are basically a distinct way of running the bot from a strategy. A strategy is simply on Hummingbot a script that has parameters that can be configured, and a script is a very simple Python file that we can also later show you how they work. In order to run Hummingbot, you just do docker attach Hummingbot, and you will get in there. And I think for that, I'm gonna pass over to Huang.
Okay. So to attach, so next step is we need to attach the Hummingbot particular to see the face in screen. So this is the screen when the first time log into the Hummingbot player. You click to this screen and we ask you to create a password. So for this password, please remember, because like we will do this for later configuration, because this system will have a client and a gateway, and we will need this password so they can talk to each other directly. And for this one, for example, I will use one half password. Okay, nice. So the password then config, but we have problem that is the gateway is still offline, so we need to go to the next step. That is first we need to generate a certificate so that the communication between the client and the gateway can be activated. And this passphrase we will need to remember, because actually you don't have to, because in refactor they are automatically active. So this one just is a simple passphrase. But please remember this and can do it in the later configuration step. Okay. So next step is we should get out of this screen. Yeah, do the new screen here. And get the button this down. So when on the container account, we will need to input our client password and the passphrase for the certificate in our Docker Compose and .yaml file. You will need to input it here. This config password environment priority is the one for the client. This one, the last one which is input. And next is for the gateway. Which I have input as So when we finish configure our client password and the certificate password, and just simple restores the whole compose. Yeah. Actually, client verify if the client has talked to the gateway, and you can see the gateway service is online, which means we are now ready to connect to the Hummingbot market and create new strategy to run.
Awesome. Okay, next steps. Now we are ready to create and run a strategy. And for that, we should also have a custom RPC node or a private RPC node with generous rate limits. We have tried to be conservative with the way we use the RPC nodes. We have also employed WebSockets to monitor changes in the market to not spam the RPC node. But it's probably still better if you do not use a public RPC node for doing something like market making with Hummingbot. The client and the gateway instances are now configured and running. And you will also need your Solana wallet secret key encoded in base 58, which is usually the way the secret key is being exported, for example, on Phantom wallet. And this wallet should be one distinctive that should be only used for trading, because doing this stuff, basically, we already had it happen once or twice that we just accidentally leaked the secret key. So you should really make a new account with the set amount of funds that you want or need to trade with, and then input it into the client like Huang will show you.
If anyone needs an RPC URL for the purposes of the demo, just let me know, send a DM, and I'll send you a temporary one.
Thank you, pal. Okay, Juan. Ready to go?
Okay, so first, let's put it in on the client side. So the next step, we should connect to the Mango connector by using this command, which will connect. And then you'll see we have Mango temperature. So we will need to answer these prompts to make it run. So we will ask it to connect to Solana, which network. Yes, it will be many data. Here you can change the node HTTP node URL. So this one is the default one, which is the public one. So it's actually not really good. So I will change to my custom private RCP. This answer is uploaded. And pass the new RCP URL. Right-click. So when the database service is online again, we will need to enter our product key. So we should put that one. We pass here. So here it will display our product public address to verify if this is the correct address that we want to use for trading. So at this stage, we are ready to connect to the Mango market and start creating new strategy for trading. So for creating the strategy, we will need to use this command on the client side. Right. So for the strategy name, we use the perpetual multiplication here. And the connector, this will be Mango perpetuals. For the trading pair, so as a convention, this will be the, for today, we use the Solana USDC market, which is the show curve on Mango market. For leverage, let's use one.
Yeah, and one second, in case you're wondering why we're not using Sol Perp, the reason is that Hummingbot is treating each connector distinct by its functionality that it offers. So we will have to implement a second connector that is solely for spot orders on Mango market accounts, which we also plan to do. So what you can do currently is doing perpetual market orders using this notation. Is that right?
Right.
So yeah, that's why there's no mix-up between Sol USDC and Sol Perp in this case.
So that's the reason why our connector name for now is Mango Perpetual, to distinct from the spot and perpetual market.
Correct.
Okay, so continue with the configurations. So this position mode for now, let's choose one way, because I guess on Mango market we are still using one way mode, right? So this is the spread setting for our bid and ask order. For now, for the small session, I will choose the 3.5% for bid order. Same for the ask order. And here's the option to how long should I place our orders or to refresh the order. Let's do 60 seconds, because we don't really want to replace like recreating our orders too much because it will cost a lot of transaction fee, which eats into our profit. The amount of source the order, let's take around the so much. Let's take low to begin. Next one is when the bot want to reduce the opposition, like how far from the mid price the order speed. Let's just take do that for immediately. Say for the long order. And let's set a stop for that.
Yeah, so I also posted the description of the perpetual market making strategy in the forum thread. There's a link to it on Hummingbot. And yeah, there's a lot of additional parameters that you can also configure. Most of them are not that important for us right now to, I think, further explain. But if you want to go deeper into it and make your strategy more profitable, I would highly recommend reading up on that one.
Okay, so continue.
Yes, please.
Okay. So this one is the order book. The best time for stop order is make it 2 minutes. And for the prefer for follow order to pledge, maybe this much. So this is the end of the forms, and we can set the names of our surgery here. Make it so also easy for to remember. So it's done. So the strategy has been created, and the next time when you want to use this, you can use the import commands to import your newly created strategy, which is here. And to start, you just use the start command, sequence that. If you want just to verify it is the correct wallet address. And we will check if it is creating orders on my Hummingbot or not.
Looks like it.
Yes, it did create it. And you can see it has created 2 orders, one for bid and ask. That you can verify it on the market. Here. You can see it has created 2 orders here. So let's stop the port, and maybe you want to change the setting. Maybe now you don't want to create 2 orders, but maybe more than that, like 3 orders from both sides. First, you stop the strategy. Wait when on the order has been cancelled. You see that the bot will automatically cancel the order for you. So inside this strategy, there is a setting called order levels, where you can have to set like how many orders you want to put on each side. Like here, if you set it 3, meaning for each side you will put 3 orders, and the spread will be like the spread between orders will be maybe 1%. Let's start the search speed again to see if it reflects on the macro market.
Let's hope we have enough funds.
Yes, we will be able to do that, because on macro markets, the leverage is automatically scaled to your orders, so we will have enough fund to put up that much order on macro markets. Yeah, you can see. So
Nice.
the reverse trades meaning each side will have 3 orders, and we have each side has 3 orders, and each of them have the gap between them is exactly 1% as we set on in the strategy setting. If you want to stop, you stop the bot, and it will cancel everything for us. empty. So basically, that's how you from adding your, from beginning, connect to the microconnector, adding your wallet, to create your own strategy, and then start on the Hummingbot plane. So that's basically what you have to do.
Yeah.
I guess this next will be yours, right, Mike?
Well, next up would be first a thank you for that demo. It was really cool to see that in action. So yeah, you guys can basically go ahead if you try it out yourself to experiment with the different configurations for the perpetual market making strategy. As I said, I linked to the documentation page of it in the forum post, and it's very, very adaptable to whatever you wish to really have as a market making strategy. Probably there will be an option to turn it on. May it be hanging orders, stop losses, or stop or take profits. It's similar like hanging orders. I think I just mixed it up. That was on the actual pure market making strategy for spot markets. But you will be able to create strategies which will, on average, be probably pretty effective at generating yield for you guys, especially on pretty empty, well, let's say rather illiquid markets. So I think that's a huge opportunity for everyone who wants to get into it, who didn't develop their own market making bots or has not the option to do so easily. And you can basically rapidly experiment with different configurations and potentially find a strategy that will work for you guys. So if you're going back to the presentation, by the way, if you have any questions, just go ahead.
Yeah, quick question after that. So each time you change the parameters on the strategy, do you have to restart the bot, or can these be tweaked live?
Well, what's possible is you can, while it's running live, you can tweak your configuration and then just do a stop and a start, and that will then take on the new parameters, right?
Got it. So yeah, looks pretty quick to start up.
Mm-hmm. So actually, I want to add for settings like the spread or the order amount, you can change it on fly, and you don't have to restart the bot, and then just reflect on the next order.
Right, there was this behavior. I think, was it using the a different command in the CLI, or was it just using the config command?
Yeah, this is just need to use the config command.
Oh, actually,
there are some techniques that will be need to restart the bot, but for some the main one, like the spread and the order amount, can be changed on the fly, and the next order will be reflected in your configurations.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, the important ones like spread and order amount. Okay, that's cool. Yeah, I haven't tested it for a long time, especially these features. But yeah, seems to work. So good stuff. Also, there's a few tips and tricks that I want to share with you guys. One thing is the order refresh time. On slow markets, it's preferable that you set refresh times to be 60 seconds or more, especially if your trading size is small, because the transaction fees can really eat into your profits there. We have, I think, I'm not sure if it's also in the perpetual market making strategy, but there is an option in Hummingbot to only refresh orders if the mid price has changed by a certain set amount from the original mid price from which the spreads were calculated, and will only update them if that deviates at a set amount of percent. Can we do that already, Juan?
At the default setting, it's set to 0%. So if the price not moving like it's like that, then the bot will not reverse the order.
Yes.
If you can increase them like maybe 0.1 or 0.2%, and as long as the mid price is declining, it will not reverse orders.
Right. So what I did often on other exchanges with my Hummingbot strategies was to set the refresh order. I don't know what it was called, but basically set this percentage to some low amount, but not too low, like 0.5%. When my spread was, for example, at 0.6 or 0.7, let's say half of what you do as a spread. And then when you get close to your spread and have a refresh time of, let's say, like 10 seconds or something like that, that means that if inside a window of 10 seconds you come close to your spread but don't hit your orders, then you will refresh your orders to have a potentially more profitable trade for you. So that's a strategy that you can, for example, try out.
Yes, so if you guys check out a screen, so the name of the setting is order refresh tolerance %. So I have shown them on my screen. So yeah, that's basically what map is.
Exactly.
As you can see, I set it to 0.1%. That will mean that typically that the bot will not like cancel and create new order as long as the mid price do not get outside the 0.1% range.
Yeah, and in that case, you can also set the refresh frequency or refresh time to a much lower time span to be able to more rapidly react to events in the market if you have configured it correctly. Also, one thing to mention here is that for each asset that you are trading with this connector, you're creating a new Mango market account with your wallet, so that in effect you will have something like an isolated margin account for every asset that you're opening, right? So yeah, no cross margining here, no complicated calculations, and I think Hummingbot also does some of the calculations for you regarding the health factor, but I'm not sure how far they are with integrating this. Do you know anything about that one?
At the moment, they haven't put much effort on moving that thing yet. So
yeah, perpetuals, like they also don't have the funding rate arbitrage strategies or anything out yet. So they're really focusing on getting like very simple market making strategies and as many different DEXs as possible, and also simple arbitrage strategies, which have been focused mostly on AMMs and on spot order books. But if you want to, you can always go ahead and apply for a grant at the Hummingbot Foundation in the DAO to receive some Hummingbot tokens or USDC to implement these strategies. So, yeah. What else there is to say? Oh yeah, one more thing. Remember that I mentioned that there is something called a script, or basically how scripts differ from strategies. You will be able to see some example scripts in the repository that we have shared with you in the scripts folder. And these can be anything. They can be like a very simple DCA script, which will just, when it's executed over time, buy some asset for you. But you can also make more powerful scripts if you are proficient in Python. which I think is a pretty nice language for anyone to to know. But from a successful script, there can be a strategy, and from that strategy, you can also apply it to other exchanges, which makes working on Hummingbot strategies so powerful, because all the different exchanges and all the strategies share one common interface. And with that, we hope to achieve some kind of market dominance when it comes to integrating new exchanges and new strategies with Hummingbot. Are you guys interested in a little demo of that? I can't hear nobody. So I guess not, we can skip it. So yeah, besides that, there's a future roadmap. There's 2 new powerful features that Hummingbot's developing. One is the dashboard, which is basically a departure from the CLI-based interface of Hummingbot, using a web app-based that I can also just encourage you to check out. There's also work being done right now on an enhanced version of the strategies that we have been using in this demo, which should allow you to chain different strategies with each other, or with signals that you, for example, can generate on some other server, let's say. For example, if you would use the PIV oracle, you would want maybe to modify the behavior of your strategy given some value that may change from, let's say, the price of another asset, for example, calculate something, again, some other value that might be related to the price of the asset that you're actually trading. For example, if you're looking at something like co-integration strategies, and make the whole thing a reality using Hummingbot alone. Yeah, Hummingbot dashboard looks like this a little bit. Check it out if you're interested. And as I said, strategies are composable, they're backtestable, and they're accessible. So backtesting is also a big thing. There will be also more, not only market neutral, market making strategies, but also directional strategies that you will be able to implement with that. And I think that's a great step forwards for more interesting variations on what we have seen of the intelligent sort of market making that we've seen in crypto.
Yeah, actually I want to add a little more to the version 2 strategy. So for the version 2 strategy, the one focus is composable, which means they want to, like, for what team, they want to add an signal layer on top of your custom strategy. So now you can create like multiple signal inside the strategy to have the strategy come up with better decision. And also for standard strategy, each bot instance can only trade on one pair of tokens. But for this version 2 strategy, one bot instance can trade on multiple pair of tokens. So like if it have a very complex advanced strategy that is able to trade on all pairs on mango market, then you can use the version 2 strategy to make that and you can run that on only single one Hummingbot instance. You don't have to, like, for example right now, mango market has like 3 or 4 markets. Then for standard strategy like the perpetual marketing, you will need to run 4 bot instance. But for the version 2, you only need to run single instance to trade on 1, 3 or 4 markets. So that is like is very powerful features in upcoming roadmap of the Hummingbot. Okay?
Yeah, and here's some more links you can check out. We will also share the slides we've used today with the Mango Discord. And we want to thank you for coming with us and joining us in our journey, I'd say. It's been a pleasure. Thank you. So, time for questions.
Yeah, I got a question. Is there a post-trade logging that you can see orders that were filled and stuff?
Yeah, there is a database running in the background, which is on the client side of things, and it will fill out all the information about your past trades in there. I think the dashboard also is able to display all of this. So the dashboard really is the method in which the Hummingbot community is trying to visualize all that data more user-friendly.
Yes, so we plan to add like analysis layers on top of it, or actually like an analysis component to the dashboard, so they can utilize the trade database inside the Hummingbot trading, so that we can give out like much more insights on the trades. And in the checkout mastery, which is the place where we can get the database on the trades. This is in the SQLite format. Should be in the data folder inside your Hummingbot files here.
Yep, I hope that answers your question.
Yeah, thanks.
I also got to admit, like many of the changes that have been happening in Hummingbot also are quite new to me. As I said, I've been working more intensely with Hummingbot last year, especially. I've been working on decentralized hosting in the last couple of years using Aleph, and what I would really like to do at one point is to be able to run a Hummingbot Docker container, let's say, on a decentralized hosting service like Aleph, using something like trusted execution environments. I know that it might be not the most secure way to keep your secret keys around the internet, but I think that might be interesting when it comes maybe to integration with other protocols or protocols that use a mix of trusted execution environments and a limited, well, let's say a security mechanism that limits the potential impact of breaches in these trusted execution environments. And maybe that could be a way forward for more intelligent market making on-chain. I don't know if you guys have opinions on that, and also on solutions like Elixir, if you're familiar with it. Yeah, anyways, if there's no questions.
Yeah, I had one more question. Well, a couple actually.
Sure.
So the first was on priority fees. Does the bot set them, and have you used it during times of network stress, like with the fifth airdrop recently?
Good point. I don't think that we have them configured them just yet. I think we are setting like a priority fee of 0.0006 somewhere in the code, but I don't think that it's configurable right now. But we will add that. I think that's an important feature to have.
Yeah, the RPC method for querying those might find useful. Get recent priority for users.
Ooh, okay. Okay, yeah, we'll look into that. Thank you.
And the other one, I noticed when you were first setting up the bot, there were some parameters related to stop losses. Wondering how those are implemented. Does Hummingbot do that and trigger a market order at a particular price?
Yeah, so I think the perpetual market making strategy does it that every time that you are getting an order filled, you are opening a position, and simultaneously you will then create orders for a stop loss and a take profit. So to neutralize that position that you have created, 2 new orders will be created, which are referring to this percentage, how far from the current mid price, or actually how far from the price at which the order was taken, these 2 orders will be created.
Okay, and they go on rest on the book as limit orders. It's not like you place them like right before they're needed.
Exactly.
Awesome.
So actually, I want to add to this. So for your question, the stop loss order will be placed as a limit order, but for the take profit orders, it will be a market order. So that's why. So that will be like if you get an order field, you have positions, then the bot will start placing stop loss order as a market order, but for take profit order, it will be the market order.
It makes sense, actually, right?
Okay. Yeah, would offer a word of caution with the market orders. I guess you have the order book state there. You would probably send those as an IOC limit, so you don't eat unexpected slippage. I've seen this happen a few times with people.
Yeah.
These sort of orders.
We'll have to look into that too. I remember sitting also at this code and thinking what I should use really. But I think, yeah, I did the IOC IOC limit, but I have to check just to make sure.
I guess you can change to IOC for safer.
It's definitely safer. So yeah, basically, we encourage everyone to test it out, maybe give us feedback, as you guys did. Also, we will take it to heart. We will work it into the existing code before we are actually making it public to the to Hummingbot. Right, the code is open source right now, but where we are going to make a pull request into the original Hummingbot repository. When it comes in there, it will be included into the next release cycle of Hummingbot, where then it will also get a lot more attention. Hummingbot users will start testing it out, trying it out, and and we hope to get there in the coming weeks. And and after that, we would also provide more support for people coming to the Discord. They can also join our Discord if they want to get more immediate support on that, or we can create a channel. And we would help people who want to run their own strategies. Making it happen basically. There, also, one thing about the Hummingbot DAO I need to mention is that they have polls each epoch, like governance epoch, which I think is 6 months at a time, and these polls are there to determine which connectors should remain in the main code base. So there will be wojak and me who will be voting for the Mango Markets connector to be included inside the main code base to make sure that it also remains accessible there. That's our proposal, and if there's anything you want to mention or maybe explain like how we should also go forward with the community in communicating this, I'd be also open for suggestions there.
So I think it's really exciting that people in the Hummingbot community who maybe haven't worked with Solana or even Perpetuals before, have an easy way to try that out and work on their strategies. You mentioned that this could get merged to the main Hummingbot repository. Do you think the Hummingbot folks would be interested in doing some promotion, making their community aware of the new connector?
Definitely. Every release cycle, there is posts about new connectors on Twitter, on the Discord channel. The Discord channel has like 4,000 or 5,000 members. The Twitter has over 10,000 followers, and I think there are actually 30,000 even. And yeah, that would be also part of the whole deal. We already discussed this with some members of the Hummingbot Foundation, and they were also happy that we would be continuing on that. As again, they were pretty happy in the beginning when we started off with Serum decks, but we implemented something, it worked, then FTX happened, then we had to do some changes to make it workable on open book, and and then basically never got into the official repo again, because I think there was still a little bit of the stigma around FTX and Solana, that they were more cautious about whether to add them into the repository. But there's also somewhere a working version of that in our repository of the OpenBook connector or Serum connector. We would like to also include it at some point to Hummingbot, but I think first having Mango Markets in there as a let's say step or like a foot in the door could help us also get maybe more appreciation from the Solana Foundation for the work on the open book connector, and maybe get this then merged in as well with Mango Markets in the coming releases.
Amazing. Yeah, I didn't realize you guys had done an open book connector already. So hopefully we can try and reverse some of that stigma and get that working again.
Yeah, definitely. I also wonder what's going to happen with OpenBook V2, how different it's going to be from the current implementation of OpenBook, if there will be a lot of stuff to do. But I mean, really, if there would be a little bit of interest from the foundation to pursue this, it would be pretty quick to get this refurbished for the current iteration of OpenBook and get this running, and also into the main code base, because we already did all the governance, all the votes with Hummingbot in the past. We would have to redo it, but we already got it once in, so I think it won't be a big problem to do it a second time.
On the OpenBook V2 stuff, since you're familiar with Serum and Mango, it's something of a combination of the two. There's a couple of new concepts in the code base, but shouldn't be too hard to build.
Cool.
Hopefully we can connect some of the guys who are working on OpenBook
would be great. So I don't know, I probably will do like a third grant application to Solana Foundation somewhere in the early next year, when we are at a really good stage of the Mango connector, and tell them like, guys, look, we already did so much. I know last time we said, there wasn't like much demand from the DeFi protocols to have this Hummingbot connector going for OpenBook. But now look, Mango did it, so maybe there's not that much to that argument. Well, yeah. Anyways, I want to also thank you guys for giving us this opportunity and this chance. And I couldn't be more grateful for Mango, for what it stands for, and for the amazing team behind that. Kudos to you guys. It's been always a pleasure working with you.
thanks for showing your work, guys. Yeah, excited to see where this goes.
Yeah, with that, I would say thank you for joining us today. If you have more questions, just send me a DM or wojak a DM. You can join our Discord also, Roboter AI. And we will share more materials in the forum thread that I've already opened here on Mango Markets Discord. So once again, thank you for joining, and have a great rest of the weekend.